7 months
of not having our TRX.
7 months.
But we're on our way to get it, and that's what matters. So we got the babies loaded up. We're gonna go grab the truck, and we're gonna go.
7 months.
We're gonna go see it. 7 months! So for those of you that don't know, this is what happened to our truck. Our truck just got struck by lightning. It completely took out our mirror. We're in the stuck in a rainstorm. Something is fried. We smell it. We are stranded.
Nope. Yeah, that's fried. I unplugged and replugged some fuses.
We were originally on the way on Friday, and the guy had told us, listen, turn around, we're having problems, the dash lit up again, blah, 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 blah. So, we had to turn around, but today is Monday, and we went ahead and drove all the way out to South Carolina. Traffic was terrible, but we made it, and then Manny said that not everything was done that needed to be done, but he didn't care. He was there. He was going to take the truck. As long as it's drivable, there's no check engine light, we're good to go.
We got the truck back, guys. We finally got the truck back.
After how many?
7 months, guys, and probably some change there, somewhere in there. We got the truck back. It's been a long journey. It's been a lot of money. We spent a lot of money. Here are the facts, okay? Natural disasters, floods, and lightning strikes, they don't really cover too much, y'all. Because it's a natural disaster, they can't like get the counterpart. Like, you know, God doesn't have Geico as a backup plan. That's the truth, you know, so they're not going to go to someone else and get more money out of it for a rental. So they capped us out at a month. And if I would have known this, I would have just stretched it out. During the process, I just had a new job at the time, and it was in the insurance world. So I started learning a lot of stuff. But let's get to the facts, y'all. It was a long process, as you already heard me say, but it's been crazy. A battle with my insurance company and a battle with the dealership. At the time, the worst of the worst happened. All the parts are back ordered, and they don't make parts that don't ever break. So let's just put things in an example. If you need an alternator, they're gonna have that. If you need like a plastic cover or a headlight, they're gonna have that, because they mass produce those parts all the time, and they have spares for people all the time. But they're not gonna have a module that's inside of a dashboard, because they don't make those, and they don't expect those to break randomly. Or they don't have like random little computers and random little wiring harnesses all the time. So those have to be made to order, like if it's a Porsche or some crazy stuff. So that was one of the biggest issues about this truck, and especially because it's only like 3 years old. So there's so many things that I've learned as far as like the differences between a TRX and a regular Ram. They're so different, from the interior of the dash and under the seats. There's so many little computers that you can't just swap out and reprogram. So that was a big issue, was waiting on parts. The horror story behind this whole TRX is Geico. They did not take care of me. I'm sorry, Geico, but this is the truth. They did not take care of me. It was excuses on excuses, and it was horrible. And to make things worse is that I kind of know how this works. I know how this industry is. So I'm going to give you a great example. The excuse is they couldn't get to the email at a fashionable time or a reasonable time. You need parts, but you need the insurance to pay for them so that you can order them. So the dealership is saying, hey, Manny, the truck needs about $15,000 in parts. In order to order them, I need them to approve the supplement. I need them to approve the amount and pay for it ahead of time. That's how it works. But the only way to do that is that you need the guy to come approve it. Why would someone have to physically go and approve the estimate for the damages if there's no physical damage? So insurance companies are very used to just going to the scene and kind of observing the whole problem and saying, okay, we need the light and a hood and the fender because they got hit by a deer. That's reasonable. You'll go over there, approve the damages, tell the company, the shop, saying, all right, cool, it's going to be $7,600. Here's a check for $7,600, figuratively speaking or whatever. But they can't do that because this is electric damage. This is an electric, lightning strike. What drove me crazy is the fact that the guy in charge of my situation, this case, was supposedly 2 hours away. And he was the only guy in the area to take care of this part. I'm not going to say where or who it was. I don't want any problems. You know who you are if you're watching me, because you know I have this YouTube channel. But apparently, he needs to be there to look at the problems. Why in the do you have to be there to look at a fried computer? Explain that to me. All you had to do, buddy, was say, hey, man, send me the codes. Send me everything on an email, and I'll take care of you. The shop, thank you, Shane. I love you, buddy. You've been amazing. Best customer service, best service writer, best service manager, parts guy. The guy took care of my truck, and he was sick and tired of seeing it there as much as I was wanting my truck back. This guy kept in great communication with me. He took care of me, and he was the guy with the middleman. He kept calling me saying, hey, man, apparently they have to be here to approve the supplement. I don't know what they need to look at, because if I tell them that my technicians and the computers are saying that all these modules need to be replaced, that's evidently need to be replaced. I can prove it by sending him an email, just like I do at my job, guys. If an insurance company needs pictures of the damages so that we can approve certain repairs, I'll send them pictures of the damages. They don't have to be here. And then what they'll do is they'll go, okay, great, I approve all this stuff. And then they'll just basically approve the supplement, and the parts start getting ordered. But this guy's made a lot of excuses. Another great excuse of the Geico, or this guy, was he'd be off on a Monday, and then the shop needed an approval for more parts. And then what they did was they made, he would be off. And then when I call them, I'd be like, hey, it's been 6 days since they requested more money, for more parts. What's going on? Oh, he was off on Monday. Well, email broke or something? Well, he sent out of office email alerts for everybody. Oh, okay, well, that's great, because when I do that, I get back to the emails when I get back to work. So what was his excuse there? Crickets. Literally, they tried to have an excuse for every single reason why this guy wasn't doing his job and wasn't being on time with things. So this could have been repaired 2 months ago. I promise you it could have been repaired 2 months ago, because, again, I had great communication with the shop. I know how they work. I'm in this industry, and I'm in this field of repairing vehicles. So there's no excuses in communication. All they had to do was submit the emails as requested. And once the emails were sent with proof of what needed to be replaced, all they had to do, guys, was just say approved, send the money, or however, approve the whole damages and get everything done and over with. And they didn't do that, guys. They just drugged their feet. They made excuses after excuses, and they made this way longer and way more painful than it needed to be. To be honest with you guys, we took off some of the modifications to the truck. So let's get to the other stuff, the cool stuff. We took off all the modifications to the truck.
Because we thought it was going to be totaled.
Correct. We thought it was going to be totaled. So we took off the upper pulley. It had a 275 upper. We took off the 1050 injectors from FIC. So we took off that gigantic intake. We put everything back to stock because of the fact that we really assumed that this truck was supposed to be totaled, and they did not total it. The reason why they didn't total it, because they said the value of the truck was supposedly $87,000. That's what they were saying. This truck with 20,000 miles is valued at $80,000 to $87,000, depending on how much mods you have and, the parts, whatever, the body and all the extra options. We took off all the stuff. We sold it ahead of the game. We used our rental off the first month, assuming that they say, hey, man, you got a month with this rental? You're good to go. You're about to get your truck paid off, and you can go shopping for another one. That didn't happen. Instead, 50 to $60,000 in damages, and they decided to go through with it. I feel like it was a gain. They wanted to see how far they could go with, because who in their right mind would want to approve something that's not guaranteed to work? Be honest with me, guys. Hit me in the comment section and let me know what you think. A TRX that got hit by lightning, is it any different than a vehicle going underwater? Because at this point, all you're doing is replacing the carpets in the interior and the leather seats. Because everything else got replaced. Now, I get it if it was under salt. There's some heavy corrosion. All the aluminum, all the body parts are going to rust pretty heavily. I get that. But if they total it for that, and they don't want to total it for every single module, fried, potential wires melted, liability down in the future, why would they do that? They total brand new vehicles at the dealership all the time. Because vehicles that get hit by lightning off the coast of where the beach is at, from what I'm told all my life in Florida, they all get totaled out. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys can agree and attest to that. But they didn't want to total this one out. So the good news, Shane hooked it up. He took care of it. The truck is good. We've been driving the living crap out of it. No check engine lights. Just stuff that has to be calibrated. And I probably rushed the situation. When I did arrive to the dealership, they were about to send it to detail. And I said, I don't care about detailing the truck. I want the truck back. And besides, you probably won't wash it and detail it the way I would. We took the truck a little quicker than we needed to. But the truck is great. The interior is great. All the repairs were done the way they were supposed to. There's nothing really funky going on yet. We will be probably getting rid of the truck no matter what, because as you guys already know, we have another baby on the way. So, yeah, man. Have anything to add, babe?
Once we get the documentation of all the supplements that had gone through, we will be posting another update about that, just so we can go through each one and see what the catastrophic cap was of what they had to pay for.
Yeah, the numbers.
So we are going to be posting about that, but as of right now, we do not have that. I'm going to be taking it to Demon Performance
tomorrow.
Soon. Yeah.
Actually, tomorrow, yeah. So, we have an appointment tomorrow to go back up to South Carolina. We're going to get Demon Performance because they unlocked the PCM. So, again, the delership, guys,
they were on it. Yeah. Shane, shout out to you. Shout out to Auto Nation.
Yeah, Auto Nation.
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Hardyville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. Shane, you are the bomb.com.
Yeah, Shane, man, all day. The technicians.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for taking care of this TRX. You guys have been wonderful to my baby. Again, we're going to be trading it in soon. Demon Performance, they're going to be doing the calibrations that we had before. You know, the
thermostat.
The 180-degree thermostat's got to get readjusted to the fans and the long tube headers, of course. We're not going to be putting no more performance on it because, to be honest with you guys, as you guys seen in the videos before, which we'll put at the end of this video, we've raced multiple vehicles, and yeah, it jumps out and it launches amazing and very aggressive, and it does all that, and it stays out pretty well. It keeps up with some pretty fast cars, but there's no need to have a 900 horsepower TRX when you're still going to lose at 120 plus. Someone's going to fly right by you. This thing's a brick, guys. This is like racing a building. But
not only that, but since we are going to eventually trade it in, we're not going to put the money back into it if we're not really going to get that when we go to the dealership.
Yeah. We're most likely going to move on from the truck, guys. We're going to get rid of it. We have a couple vehicles in mind, and I'm pretty sure you guys have a good idea of what we're trying to get. We're thinking about getting. Some of you guys already know, but we're gonna wait maybe a month or two.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. Yeah,
because if this truck starts throwing more codes or start acting a little funky like we would expect, then I'm not saying they did a bad job repairing the vehicle. What I'm saying is, as you guys are aware, lightning strikes,
they're unpredictable. Anything can happen down the road that is linked back to that one specific event. So.
And the technicians did great, but as a mechanic, you're going to be turning wrenches and disconnecting nearly everything. From what I was told, they had the dashboard out and the seats out, the headliner out. They had all these modules, these door panels were removed. But
what are some of the big ticket items that they replaced PCM wise? You said the transmission.
Man, guys, they replaced the valve body in the transmission because there's if I'm not mistaken, there's a PCM or a computer or a TCM that's located in the transmission. If I'm not mistaken, the TCM is located in the transmission. They did replace the whole entire valve body, and they replaced, of course, the radio, the modules behind the radio, all the modules behind the dash, the BCM underneath the seat. They replaced the alternator, which is very expensive for a TRX. They replaced all the sensors on the supercharger. if I'm not mistaken, it's like 6 of them on these HELLCAT Superchargers. They replaced a lot of modules, but it was like 50 to 60 grand in parts alone. I think it was like 40K in just parts alone, which is, wow, it's insane because that's like half the vehicle's value, you know? And they chose to really get to it, guys. Ooh, Durango.
That's nice.
Yeah, looks like a nice Durango. Maybe you might get one day. But yeah, y'all, we got the TRX back. That's the update. That's the part 2 of the video. Part 1 will be at the end of this video. You guys can take a look at what I'm talking about. The truck got hit by lightning. It was atrocious. It was a horrible experience. I want to give you guys a quick update. Believe it or not, before I go, the day after this truck got hit by lightning, and I went, no matter what, I still went to get my buddy Daryl's red eye. See, I went down there to get the red eye no matter what with his SUV. But no matter what, it's funny. The next day, I saw another Ram, a 3500. If I'm not mistaken, it looks similar to like a 2020-ish, 2021 body style. 3500 up in flames, lightning strike the next exact day in the same location. It's the weirdest thing ever. That 3500 looked like it was towing something, and it was flames just coming right at the top of this truck, and it was storming extremely hard the next day. But y'all, I appreciate you guys checking out and checking up on us. You know, I know you probably thought that I got rid of the truck and we were good without it. No, we were just waiting 7 long months. With that being said, Manny Mod's Garage out. That's it, guys. Trading it in. It's the one we're getting right there for a family, because that's what people do, right? They'll have a baby and then they have to buy things like that. That's the idea. One baby, you gotta buy a mom car, you gotta buy a minivan or something weird, because you know that's how it works apparently. Not this family, nope. Die hard horsepower family.